So as we know that presently we are studying trophic levels. So in last class we studied what is food web and as well as what is trophic levels and all. So totally we are having four levels, four trophic levels. What is that, guys? The first one is anybody? We are having four trophic levels. So last I have shown you also. So the first one is what? Producers, and the second one is what? Herbivores,
Herbivores,
herbivores, and the third one is
carnivores,
carnivores, and actual as also we can say small understanding carnivores, and last one is what?
top
The
carnivores,
large carnivores. So these are who is to called as trophic levels. So large carnivores also we can call it as top carnivores. So if you'll notice it here, these are the four trophic levels which we have. So now these one we arranged into the two models. So we can make it the two trophic levels in a food chain and as well as like in the triangular form and as well as with the rectangles if you'll arrange. If you keep on going up, it has been tapering as I told you in the yesterday's class. So a big square, next a little bit smaller, next little bit smaller, and next little bit smaller. Like that, it is keep on going. Yes or no? So now, why it is tapering? It is showing like this. We have been studied. What is the reason behind? Please let me know. What is the reason behind? If we take here these trophic levels, let me take this is T1 and this is T2, this is T3, and this is T4. Here also T4 and T3 and T2 and T1. Trophic level 1, trophic level 2, trophic level 3, and trophic level 4. What is the reason why it is tapering upwards? Tapering upwards because if you are keep on going upwards, the higher trophic levels from T1 to T4, what is happening, guys? The number of organisms in them decreases gradually. Do you understand? So who is being more in number count, T1 or T4? So the primary understanding. So primary producers or else we can say producers, that is the trophic level 1. So these are the more number in count. So compared to the top carnivores. So if you keep on going from bottom to top, understanding. So it is continuously tapering upwards because if you are keep on moving up, the number of organisms is keep on decreases. That is the reason why we will arrange the trophic level like this. Is it okay? Please respond. So now if you'll notice it, in our today's class, we'll continue from here and we'll see different things. So let us take some food chains which we already studied in the last classes. So what is the first food chain we studied? Let me know, anybody can say. Take the simplest food chain which you already studied. The starting we have been studied in the food chains. Anybody, please? Let me take the food chain and let us make it in the trophic levels. How to represent this food chain in the trophic level, we will see now. So please let me know. Tell me who will say the smallest food chain which we will study at the starting. Please tell me, yaar. Check your notebooks and tell me first food chain which we studied.
Grassland.
Yes, very good. Grass, which has been eaten by deer and deer eaten by lion. So what we have been studied the first simplest food chain. So if you notice it here, this food chain involves how many trophic levels? Anybody can say 3 or 4. Totally we know the 4 trophic levels, but this food chain involves only 3 trophic levels. Yes or no? Please respond. So what is the trophic levels involved here? So it contains only 3 trophic levels. Yes or no? So what is the trophic levels? Tell me. What is the trophic levels?
Producers, herbivores, and carnivores.
Yes, first one, if you notice it, so grass, it is being producer, it is the T1, understand? So first trophic level, so I can take T1. Next, as we know, the deer is a what? Herbivorous or carnivorous?
Herbivores.
Herbivorous. So herbivorous means it will come under which one? Herbivore, which will come under which one? It will come under second trophic level. And as we know, lion, it is being a carnivorous, and it will be representing what? Lion is representing what? It is a carnivore, so that it will be representing what? It is the third trophic level. Understand? So this is what we can say. In this simplest food chain, only 3 trophic levels are present. So now let us take another food chain which we already studied in the last class. So last class, we have been studied in the food web. Totally 6 food chains is present. Yes or no? Yes? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Last class we studied for 6 websites, 6 for food chains present in the single food web. Now let us take another food chain which we studied in the same, this grass. So if we take a grass, grass is eaten by insect, insect is eaten by frog, and frog is eaten by bird. So now you tell me, in this how many trophic levels are there? In this, how many trophic levels are there? Totally 4 trophic levels are there. Is it yes or no? 4 trophic levels are there. Yes, guys, please respond. And if you notice it, what is the first one? Tell me. So, who is the first trophic level? Let me represent this one in a food chain. So, let me speak. Who will say first? So, what is the food chain? If will come, so that this is the first trophic level. So, what we used to call this one? This one we used to call it as grass. Correct or not?
Grass.
Grass will come under producer, so that I can say this is the first trophic level. So we can take T1 or you can write first trophic level. So now after this what? It is keep on next stage. It has been eaten by a little bit smaller box. So you can draw. So I am representing single food chain in as a how we are representing as a trophic level. So that is, now if you take the second, insect. So insect is a what, guys? It is a herbivorous. So herbivores means it is a what? A second trophic level. We can take T2. Next, third one. Please respond. So what is the third one? Frog. So frog is a vegetarian or vegetarian. So it is non-veg, as I told you. So it is carnivorous. So it is a small carnivorous. So that is why we used to say it is what? A third trophic level. Last one. You have to keep arrows also. And if you take last one, so then we have a last trophic level. So what is the bird? So
Birds.
is the big carnivorous, so that we can say it is the fourth trophic level, that is what T4. So you can notice it, the single food chain we have been observed and we have been arranged into a trophic level, and we have been found here fourth trophic level also. It is, we can represent in the form of trophic levels very clearly to single food chain. So if we take here, grass is the first level T1, insect is the T2, frog is the T3, and bird is the T4. Like that, we can take everything in the form of trophic levels. So now every food chain contains different kind of trophic levels, which we can easily locate it. Now, let us consider some of the food chains involves man also. Is it we are also part of the some trophic level or not? Will you accept that? Aishwarya, Arvind, will you accept
Yes,
it?
sir.
People are also part of some food chain. Yes, Nitish? Let us consider. So now, if we consider some of the food chains involve man, means we human beings also a part of it. Now, when man eats plants, we people will eat plants. Yes or no, guys? Then the food chain involves only producers and consumers. So suppose man started eating the plants, then how the food chains will come? Please let me know. So plants directly eaten by what, guys? Directly eaten by the man. So
Man.
the plants is producers and a man will come under what? Man will come under consumer.
Consumer.
It has how many trophic levels? Tell me, anybody? It has only how many trophic levels?
2.
2 trophic levels. Yes or no? Others also, no, please call your friends. So only we have a 2 trophic levels. So now, if we take here, plants being the first trophic level because they are the producers, and man representing second trophic level. Because what? In this case, man eating herbivore, man is herbivorous or carnivorous? No,
Herbivorous.
omnivore is not present here. Now, in this case, Man is a herbivorous or carnivorous? That is what my question. Please respond.
Herbivorous, sir.
Herbivorous. Because why? Why, guys?
Because man is eating plants, sir.
Directly plants. Yes or no? So that is why in this case, man is considered as herbivore. Anybody doubt? Please respond. So in this, it is, we can say, he will eat non-veg, means he will also eat animals like goat, fish, whatever it is. But here he is eating only man. A man is directly eating what? He is eating the what plant, so that we can say he is the herbivore. But actually he is what? He can eat both. In the case of man, who also eat meat and animals, the food chain involves producers and as well as two consumers. So that is why we can take, for example, a man is eating, not eating the plants, he is eating the herbivorous. Like, for example, if you take goat or fish or whatever it is, then here who is the primary consumer? See here, here man is the primary consumer, so that we can say he is a herbivore. Here goat is eating the plant, so that who is the primary consumer? This is the herbivore, understand? So goat is the herbivore and this is the primary consumer. And who is the secondary consumer here, guys? A man will eat the goat, so that man is what? He will eat both plants and as well as animals. So that is why he is called as omnivore. And he is the what? Primary consumer or secondary consumer?
Secondary consumer.
That is what you need to remember. So now, in these trophic levels, how in this food chain, how many trophic levels are there? How many trophic levels are there? In this, how many trophic levels are there?
3, sir.
3 trophic levels are there. First trophic level, producers. Goat represents the second trophic level, and man represents, he is eating the goat, so that he will represent third trophic level. That is what you need to remember it. So this is only ways to called as what is trophic level, and as well as how we need to represent a single food chain in form of trophic levels, means in the form of pyramids, and how to find number of trophic levels are present in them. So, and also either what it is also. So now if you notice it, these trophic levels, till now how we represented, we people represented in the form of a decreasing size of the squares, understanding? So keep on decreasing the size, this is one thing, or else we have been tapering the food, all the trophic levels in the form of triangle. Yes or no? Please let me speak here. This is what. Now, not only in these two methods, either food web we can represent like this in the form of boxes, or in the form of tapering like a triangle. Not only this, also we can represent in the form of pyramid. Do you understand, everybody? Pyramid. So pyramid means we people know it's a 3-dimensional, looks like a triangle, but it's a 3-dimensional one. Yes or no, guys? Varshini, Kritika, Sanjay, everybody. So now we can represent this food chain, whatever till now we represented in the form of like this or like this. Now also we can represent in the form of pyramid of numbers. So we just, if we count the number of species living at each trophic level in food chain, then we can represent the food chain by pyramid of numbers. So we'll take the one example and we'll see how the pyramid of numbers showing the various trophic levels in a food chain, and we'll discuss it is in detail. So now let us take first, so you can write it a point, the trophic levels in food chain can also represented by pyramid of numbers. That is the thing you have to write it. The trophic levels in a food chain can also be represented by pyramid of numbers. Can also be represented by pyramid of numbers. Understand, everybody? So just what we will do here, if we count the number of species or organisms living at each trophic level in a given food chain, then we can represent the food chain by pyramid of numbers. So now I will explain you with the example. So let us take a pyramid of numbers showing the various trophic levels in the grassland food chain. So if you take the grassland food chain, so we can make any example of grassland food chain. So let me tell me grassland food chain, how it will be present. Anybody? Grassland food chain. If you take it back yesterday's food web, you can find the grassland food chain. So you can speak it. Bhumika, Tarani, anyone? Sanjay? So if you take the grassland food chain, first present whom the plants are present or grass is present. Next one, it has been eaten by the rice like mice or a rat. So rats are eaten by what? Snakes. Snakes are eaten by what, guys? Yesterday only you learned. It will start with a H.
Hawk.
Hogs. Understand? So this is the food chain which we have been studied. So now let us represent the base of the pyramid and how the pyramid is formed with the help of this food chain and all we'll discuss now. So now you tell me, if we'll take the base of the pyramid is formed by somebody. Who will be that? I will show you the pyramid. So first of all, you tell me, the base of the pyramid will be formed by whom? Base of pyramid, please respond. Base of the pyramid will be whom? First of all, who should come? Plants, because their count should be more. And if you keep on going up, it should be tapering. That is why. So the base of the pyramid is formed by producers. And if you take the top of the pyramid is formed by whom? The top of the pyramid, guys. The top of the pyramid is formed by top carnivores. Understanding? A top by top carnivore. That is only we used to call it as what? Hogs. Yes or no? Yes? Please respond. That is what you need to remember it. Top carnivores. So based upon the number of trophic levels, we'll get a different number of pyramid levels. That is only we used to call as a pyramid representation of food chains. So now if we take here if we take the top of the pyramid, it will be formed by the highest order consumers. That is only we used to call as a top carnivores. So that is only in this food chain. It is what it is, guys, hogs. So here if we take here, in the same ecosystem may supporting many different pyramids of organisms. Each organism, whatever it will take, it may contain 3 trophic levels or 4 trophic levels or 2 trophic levels, whatever it is. But the basic basement of the pyramid is always formed with what, guys? Basement of the pyramid is always formed with what? Please speak. Sutir, Humaira, basement of the pyramid, whatever it is, it contains 2 trophic level, 3 trophic level, 4 trophic level, whatever it is. Always the basement of the pyramid must be constructed with what, guys? Pyramid with the plants only, because plants are the primary producers of any kind of organisms. They will get the energy from these primary producers only. So always you remember, supporting many different pyramids of organisms, each starting with the plants at the base, but ending in different organisms at the top. That is what you need to remember. So the greater number of organisms at the lower trophic levels, always we have to mention, and as well as a lesser, means the greatest number being at the producers level, so that the basement level we will mention the large number of or greater number of trophic level organisms. When it is keep on going up, it will be lesser, means the count should be decreases. That organisms will arrange in the top of the pyramid. So if you are keep on going higher and higher and higher in trophic levels, the number of organisms in each trophic level decreases or increases? Anybody? If you keep on moving from one trophic level to another trophic level, another trophic level to another trophic level, their count will keep on decreases or increases. That is what I am asking. Anybody? Please. Till now you studied correct. Please respond me. Their count is decreases or increases. If you are moving from one trophic level to another trophic level, from bottom to top, as I told you always, the higher count, Understand that? So that there is a greater number of organisms at the lower trophic levels of an ecosystem. And if you keep on going higher and higher, somebody is answering,
It
decreases.
decreases gradually.
Others don't know, cannot open your mouth, then why you are simply sitting? So if you keep on moving from other means one trophic level to another trophic level from the bottom of the pyramid, then the count is keep on what is happening, guys?
Decreases.
Keep on
Decreases.
decreases because their count is decreases, so that you can see the tapering of the pyramid will takes place. So triangle and pyramid is almost similar. You might be noticing. So now here I have been taking a food web what, guys? Four levels of trophic levels. One is what? First one is producers, plants. So plants will come under here. Next one, mice or rats. Rats will come under what? Purely herbivores. So that it will come under second level trophic level. Next one, snakes will come under carnivores, so that it will come third level of third trophic level. And last one, snakes is eaten by hawks, so that they are the top carnivores. So this is the only a pyramid of numbers showing in the various trophic levels in a food chain. For example, if any food chain contains only two trophic levels, then how the pyramid will come? Just we can represent one is base here producers and here consumers. Like for example, we can get producers and as well as plants and as well as humans directly. How many trophic levels are? Only two trophic levels, yes or no? So plants and as well as human directly. So first trophic level, second trophic level. So in this case, how it will come? Only two levels of pyramid will come. So which we can represent. So directly we can say this is what it is, guys. Here will come first trophic level, that is only plants. So we can write here producers, here producers and here plants we can write. Here what will come, humans. Understand? Humans we can say what will come, they will come under consumers. That is only we can call it as herbivores. Directly the pyramid will end like this. Understand? So based upon the trophic levels, the pyramid will keep on getting the different number of layers, and each one, remember, the count is keep on increases when you keep on going down, and same way the count of organisms is keep on decreases when you are moving away from the base of the pyramid. That is what you need to remember. So this is how a food web or food chain is representing in the form of a pyramid or a triangle or in the form of rectangular boxes. Any doubt, anybody till here? You just ask me. Are you clear, guys? Please respond. So on this one also try to draw. So this is what you can say, a pyramid of pyramid numbers showing the various trophic levels in the food chain. That is what you can keep the heading, and you can draw this diagram also. Completed? Everybody? Arun Gardhigayan, Sanjay, Sutir. That is what you need to remember it. So hope I all understand. Call your friends also, please. So Bhumika, clear Bhumika, Yalni. That is what we used to represent. So now if you notice, then you will go for the next concept. That is what effects of man activities on the ecosystem. As I already told you in the last class, human beings are the major one who is destroying the ecosystem. So that is why we have to know that what are the effects of man activities, means your activity or my activity, whatever the activity, and why it is happening, what is the reason behind it, and what causes means what is the effects we are going to face on the ecosystem. That is all we should know. That is it's like we can say it's a general science. So we must know that how it is happening. So now if it comes to here, guys, all of you, so please all of you keep heading effects of man activities on the ecosystem. Everybody, effect of man activity on the ecosystem. Now you tell me, ecosystem, is it possible to make the continuation of ecosystem without any trophic level? Anybody? Without, suppose I will remove some trophic levels, means some animals I will kill completely, I will destroy. Is it possible to continue the food web or food chain? Please respond, guys. Is it possible? No. At every trophic level is needed to continue this food cycle. So that is why, but because of human, as we human, because of us, a lot of things are happening. So let us why we will see. That is what the effect of man's activities on the ecosystem. Okay, so let us see that here. So as we know, man is like, we can say, like any other living organism. It's just why I'm saying man, this for because we are all better than other organisms, other animals. So that is why we people are saying as a man's effect. So if we take here a man, for his matter or further matter, so any other living organism must interact properly with the rest of the ecosystem. Understand? So every organism, including the man, we must have a certain role in this ecosystem, and we have to interact properly with that remaining ecosystem. So it is an integral part of the ecosystem, because without you understanding, somebody cannot survive. Without them, some other cannot survive. So it's always like integration. So integrated product, we have to be involved, mutual understanding. That is what the ecosystem needs always. So we should not go with the selfishness. So always we people need to be like an integral part of the ecosystem. Even animals will be integral part of the ecosystem. Conservation of ecosystem, protection of ecosystem, whatever it is, if you take. So everything, every organism is integral part of the ecosystem. But if you take some of a man's activities, like hunting of various animals, disrupt the food chains, and in which these animals normally take part. So, for example, if I start killing all the lions, so that what is happening, guys? So whatever the role, whatever the part taken by the lions in this given ecosystem, which has been interrupted, so that what is happening, it will be affecting the some other farm. So we will study, for example, if lions are removed completely, if the deers are removed completely, if the producers are removed completely, we'll study what is happening, because we are in some level correct. That is why we are having a thinking knowledge to understand what is happening. So that is why, if we'll, for example, if we'll kill some animals completely by hunting, then what is happening? The role taken by them in the given ecosystem, definitely it will be interrupting. It will be disturbed. So So if we'll take, that is why the disruption of one food chain affects the various other food chains operating in the food web. So as we know, food web means what? It is a collection of food chains. So single organism may exist in more than one food chains. Is it yes or no, guys? Already we studied or not? A single organism may exist in more than one food chain. So a particular organism, if you'll remove from the ecosystem, then the activities of it, whatever it has been taken, the role of that particular organism in the ecosystem is completely going to be disturbed. So that is the reason. So if we take here, the disruption of this one food chain affects the all other food chains which is operating in the food web. So that is only we can say here. For example, the shortening of food chains due to the man activities like hunting or killing animals, or getting the skin from the skin of animals, or cutting the trees, like you can see red sandal in Andhra. Is it yes or no? So if you're doing like these activities, hunting, it will leads to the imbalance in the functioning of an ecosystem, and ultimately in the functioning of whole biosphere, or our atmospheric society completely is going to be affected. So in a given community, if a particular organism is disappearing, that is why you can see in our ecosystem, every year hundreds of organisms is going to extinct. Is it yes or no, guys? Will you accept that point? So many organisms is going to extinct in every year. Yes or no? Within a period of time, hundreds of organisms is going to become endangered and extinct. So that all the role taken by them, then who will take care in the ecosystem? So it will become like a damage to the food web. Yes or no, guys? Please respond. So if you are killing some animal, if you are disturbing, or else because of some reason you might be sick, because of radio signals, this telephone signals and all, so many like sparrows and all is dying. That is what the movie also Robot 2, they have been with that team only. So what is happening? They are having a very key role in the food chain. Who will take care of that food chain? Then that is the problem. So that the functioning of an ecosystem, and as well as it will damage the imbalance in the functioning of an ecosystem, and ultimately in the functioning of complete biosphere. So that is why the effect of man activities functioning on the ecosystem will be adverse effect, a very worst effect is going to be faced. Even we people, even though we are causing the damage to this, even we are going to face that problems in the future. So already we people are facing a lot of difficulties, you can see, because of improper, that is what the improper or imbalance of functioning of an ecosystem, because every year hundreds of organisms is going to extend. So the role placed by them in this ecosystem is going to be damaged or affect badly, so that it will leads to a problematic society always, ecosystem. So that is why let us take the formation of Sahara Desert. You might be heard about the Sahara. What is Sahara Desert? Where it is located? Anybody can tell me? Sahara Desert. Please. Sahara Desert, where it is located? Water, nobody can.
Africa, sir.
Whatever it is. I think it is the largest desert in the world. Is it yes? That is what the specialty of Sahara. Yes, guys? Elamati, Sanjay? That is. So if we take the formation of Sahara Desert is the example of ill effect of man's activities on the completely delicately balanced ecosystem. So Sahara Desert is the best example which is formed by because of human activities or effect of man's activities on the ecosystem. So how it is happening, what is happening, that is all we'll discuss now. So for example, if we'll take here, when the Romans started capturing lions, understanding during a long back in the Sahara Desert, how the desert will form means if we'll take the formation of Sahara Desert. So during the Roman period, do you understand everybody? Where? During the Roman period, so these Sahara Desert, the Romans, they will start capturing lions, or they started hunting the lions. So that what is happening, I will say the sea. Now, the population of lions in the forest was reduced to a large extent. Actually, it is not desert, it is a forest, long millions, like during Roman time. Understand? So these Romans, they have started killing, understanding. So the lion has been hunted down and killed just for the sake of misplaced sense of adventure. So Romans, they used to feel like killing, hunting a lion, because lion is the king of forest, yes or no? So hunting lion, they will feel like a proud. So because of like a misplaced sense of adventure, so they used to start hunting the lions, and it is become a huge imbalance in the given that forest. Which forest?